Kia ora koutou, and welcome to my first YouTube tutorial. Today I'll be showing you guys a cool little skill that you can use when you're canyoning with clients, and that is how to make an impromptu chest harness. Hopefully by the end of the video you'll be able to make something that looks like this. Wow. So before we get into how to build an impromptu chest harness, let's have a quick chat about the kind of situations we might need one in. If you're thinking because yours broke, or maybe someone forgot theirs, they're both valid reasons. But if you're guiding clients, you'll most commonly use it when you've got a client who may have a slightly bigger build, giving you a few extra things to consider. Those things are that the harness can ride low sometimes, and also they're more likely to have trouble balancing their body weight when they're abseiling, which can cause them to be more likely to invert, which is no fun for them. Adding a chest harness can be a simple step that makes their canyoning experience much safer and much more enjoyable. It does this by bringing their chest close to the rope and consistently holding their harness up. So to make one of these you will need a harness, a flip line and a carabiner. To make this harness I'm going to take my flip line. I use a flip line in this video because that's what I have when I'm guiding in the canyon. You could also use a long sling or a bit of rope. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the middle of it, and I'm going to girth hitch it around the back waistband of my harness. If you don't know how to do a girth hitch, just Google it. It's a very simple hitch to learn. Sweet. So you can see it's now attached to my harness firmly. I'm going to bring each side up over my shoulders, making sure there's no twists, coming around like so. The next thing I'm going to do is grab as high up as I can, and I'm going to create a slip knot. I'm going to grab my carabiner and put that through the slip and tighten it up. Next thing is I'm going to get this excess line and put it through my main attachment point, whether this is your harbour bridge or an omni, depending what kind of harness you have. Now I'm not going to tie it off here. I want to leave this main attachment point free for my abseil device and whatever else. So I'm going to tighten it up and then pull it to my non-abseiling side. So I abseil with this hand, so I'm going to tie it off on this side. Just tie it off with whatever works. Every time you do it, you're going to be using a different amount of rope, different body sizes, so it'll be different each time. I've got 2 knots in the end of mine, so I'm going to put a carabiner through them and clip them to the side. Easy. So now I've got a good solid chest harness. So here you can see I'm abseiling without chest harness, and if I were to fall, could end up like this and potentially hit my head against the wall. And it would also be really horrible if there was a bunch of water in my face too. You can imagine if it was a client's first canyoning trip, that would also be quite scary too. So let's avoid that. Sweet. So you can see here I've got the chest harness carabiner clipped into the rope, and that keeps my chest nice and up. If I were to fall off and invert, you can see it's really hard for my chest to fall much further back than this, which is great. It means I'm not going to hit my head as much. And as I abseil, it keeps me nice and well positioned, which is ideal. Alright, let's review those 5 steps. Number 1, you're going to girth hitch it to the back of your harness. Number 2, you're going to bring both lines over your shoulders. Number 3, you're going to tie a slip knot as high on the line as you can and put a carabiner through the slip. Number 4, you're going to put the flip line through the main attachment point. And number 5, tying off any excess on your non-abseil hand side. Now, one other thing I want you guys to keep in mind when you're building this on clients is that it can be a kind of touchy-feely process, so just keep their comfort in mind. So whether that be instructing them how to build it on themselves, or just talking them through what you're doing as you do it on them. Just something to keep in mind. Cool. I would recommend practicing on as many different body shapes as you can. So your challenge for today is to go build a chest harness on each member of your little isolation bubble. If you prefer to have paper instructions with you rather than watching a video over and over again, there should be a link to a PDF with step-by-step instructions. Hopefully I can figure out how to put that somewhere down there. Awesome. I'm going to go see if my family will let me practice on them. Happy canyoning!